Black people, y'all really make my ass itch sometimes. And I say that with the utmost love because I truly do love my people. Okay? Black people, Black American people. I'm specifically talking to y'all, okay? I love all people, but I'm talking to y'all right now, okay? Y'all literally making my ass itch. And I'm like this close to just being like, you know what? I just want to denounce being black. Can I do that? Can I just be purple? Can y'all send me to the land of purple, I don't know, purple people where Barney lives? I don't know. I don't care. I am so over Black Americans beating ourselves up because the system targeted us and destabilized our families. And we refuse to even validate that reality. The black men are on the black women are on the black men, black women on black women, black men on black men. Like, everyone is just speaking this animosity, this hatred against each other because Black Americans were programmed to hate ourselves. Okay? We need to understand that. I wrote a thesis paper in college on this 20 years ago. How Black people have been programmed to hate ourselves. We speak to ourselves with such low vibration. I just watched this video of this Black woman calling Black women who having all these babies don't know how to choose the right man for a father. And she's just like left and right calling them bitches. How you bitches, and then you bitches don't want no correction, and then you bitches this and this, and you, how you pro-black and you don't like black men? How you pro-black and you online always speaking against black men? First of all, and then you got the black men on the other side bashing black women. I seen this one black man make a post talking about some black women aren't the smartest women on earth. Actually, Asian women are smarter. And I'm thinking to myself, like, whether that's true or not, whether Asian women are smarter or black women are smart, that doesn't matter. What's the point of your post? To just say that black women aren't smart or aren't the smartest? What is the point of that? As you as a black man, what is the point of that? And then I have so many black men who are making fun of, like, black women having babies. First of all, biologically, okay, sex is a biological function. It is the only reason why we have the earth populated with life. It's the only way life is created is through sex. It is a biological function. And also, the reason why Black Americans, why y'all making my ass itch, not just because we speak so low to ourselves and because we always pointing the finger at each other or ourselves for what has been done to us. And remember, when you pointing them fingers, you got 3 pointing back at you. Please remember that, okay? Please remember that. But the main reason why y'all really make my ass itch is because on top of being so hateful to ourselves, the way that we talk to ourselves, the way that we talk to each other, and thinking that that's going to heal somebody, we refuse to take into account. I can't stress this enough. We have a whole, I don't think we are aware of this because no one is talking about this. I haven't seen anyone talk. I've seen maybe one person talk about this. And it's so huge. We have a whole generation. I don't think y'all realize this. I'm trying to bring it home before I even say it. We have a whole generation of fatherless daughters and fatherless sons Before you open up your mouth, please, you have to understand that. And you have to understand the psychology behind a fatherless daughter, behind a fatherless son. You need to understand the basics before you open up your mouth and try to criticize anyone. Because when you open up your mouth and you call black women bitches left and right, and they sorry and stupid and dumb, when you do that left and right, because black women are having all these babies by these men and don't know how to, having all these babies by these men and don't know how to pick a man. But you're talking about the same black woman who was a little girl that was raised in an environment with no father in the home, with all of these men around her, wanting her because of what's between her legs, wanting her because of her body at a young age. 1 in 4 black girls are molested or raped. Let that marinate. How are you expecting a little girl who was raised in an environment where she wasn't safe, where she wasn't physically safe, where she wasn't emotionally safe, where she wasn't spiritually safe? How the hell is she supposed to know how to pick a good man when she grows up? I'm trying to understand that. Why do y'all think that out of the blue, because you turned 18, because you turned 21, because now you're 25, because now you're in your 30s, you're supposed to automatically have this light bulb go on and tell you how to live life perfectly when you weren't raised in a perfect environment? Do you understand the implications of your childhood on your adulthood? Most of y'all don't. You sitting up here online talking and trying to influence other people. And then a lot of us allow these people to influence us and don't even have no real education. Ridiculous. You're taking advice, you're taking narratives, you're taking all of this information and energy from people who don't even have a grasp on basic psychology, on basic biology, on neuroscience. You don't even understand the psychology of a fatherless daughter to sit up here and call black women bitches for having babies by the wrong man. You don't even understand the psychology behind that. So how dare you get online and call anyone out of their name and you don't even understand what you're talking about. And then for anyone in the black community, because you know what? I got so many reasons to be on here bashing black men and black women. I got so many reasons. Trust me. But I'm not. You know why? Because it doesn't do me any good. It doesn't do our community any good. It doesn't do our children any good. It doesn't do any one of us any good especially to get online and to sit up here and do this to each other. It doesn't do any good. Now, if you have a strategy behind triggering people with your words to bring them to healing, that's another thing. Because unfortunately, we live in an era where people's attention span is not even past 3 seconds. Because how many of us can watch a damn video online or social media and get past the first 3 fucking seconds if it ain't really calling to you? How many of us scroll through 1,000 fucking videos on social media? How many of us? That's not my fault either that we live in an age and time where the attention span is shot. I'm not exempt from that. I've noticed I don't have patience for videos that don't get to the point immediately within the first 3 seconds. And then on top of that, we love entertainment. We love drama. We love shock factor. You guys always want to talk about, because I have a post on TikTok right now that's going on 18,000 views. 18,000 views. Because a lot of the black men feel attacked. But then when I make a post that's all the way positive, ultra positive, like the post I'm thinking of in particular, I said black men are not missing from the home because they don't care. It's because they've been attacked by the system that took them out of the home. To the point where he's so angry that he can't even focus on even wanting to take care of home. He doesn't even realize that his children are his legacy and that his woman is his spiritual protector. He doesn't even realize that. But when I make posts like that, I don't get any views. Nobody wants to tune into the positive shit. You all put on this front like you wanna ascend and you wanna elevate and you wanna be so positive and all of this, but when that stuff is put out, it's not given the same amount of attention that the other stuff is. The shock factor, the drama, the bickering. I mean, just look on social media, just look online. A lot of when people are getting online and crashing out, crying, talking about they can't make it through life or whatever they crashing out about, those are the posts that get the most views. You guys love to see somebody in trouble, in a situation, in a tight situation. We love drama. We love entertainment. That's just that day and age that we live in. And unfortunately, because we live in that day and age, it's so easy for us to listen to these people who don't have a firm grasp on psychology 101, or don't have a firm grasp on biology 101, or don't have any grasp on how neuroscience works, or have any grasp on economy, or truly on politics, or truly on anything. Yet they get so many views because they get on camera and call black women bitches for having babies. Or they get on camera and bash black women as a black man, and they get all of these views and they get all of this attention because of the drama, the shock factor. And these are the people that are influencing so many other people. That is dangerous. You're spreading ignorance. This is part of the reason why it's so difficult and challenging to get out of the mess that we're in, because we also have a lot of people out here. You're not liberating anyone. You're actually doing the opposite. You're putting us back into slavery. That's what you're doing. I am not on here to bash anyone. And if I ever make a post or anything you feel like is bashing you, it's triggering you on purpose, because I have to do that. And I have to make my post triggering because of the short attention span, because of the fascination with drama and shock factor. I have to make my shit triggering. Otherwise, no one is going to pay attention. And this is a conversation that we need to have. This is not, see, I'm not one of these people to get on camera because I'm trying to get attention. I'm autistic. I hardly have any friends. This is very difficult for me to be on camera. This is a miracle. Do you know how long Spirit's been on my ass to get me on camera? Years. I was supposed to be on camera years ago. I don't necessarily like being on camera because of all the energy that I feel. But I've done so much work on myself to the point where I'm able to be on camera. I say that all to say I'm not like most of these other content creators. I'm not here necessarily for the likes. I'm not here for you to even like me. Because a lot of the ish I'm going to say, I'm hoping that it will trigger you. I'm hoping that some people won't like me because of what I say. That's the only thing that's going to bring change. We're not going to change staying the same. We're not going to change with this constant bickering back and forth. And I'm talking about black men and black women, these gender wars especially, because heterosexual romantic unions in any nation is the base element. That is the base element. You rear healthy children from a healthy heterosexual romantic union. This is how you rear healthy children. Healthy children equals healthy nations. I need y'all to understand, see, because we live in a world, in a culture that's super hyper individualistic, which is really against nature. Nothing in nature works by itself. Everything works in a system. Even if you have a system, that system needs another system to depend on. Everything has to work in a community. So for us to be ultra individualistic, it's not aligned with reality. It's not. No one does anything on their own. No one. You needed the help of someone on the outside of you to accomplish any goal that you have. There's a reason why we exist on this planet, on Earth, with billions of other people, because it's not meant for you to be hyper individualistic. Sometimes y'all just have to stop and just observe nature. That's all really you have to do. Sit back and observe what God is already telling you. You're not making the birds fly. You're not making your heart beat. You're not making yourself breathe, because most of the time, you're not even thinking about breathing. What I'm getting at is there's already a divine force happening right now, at the present moment, at all times, that is showing you the answer. The answer is there. The solutions are there. A lot of times I'm thinking of our beloved elder, Dick Gregory. Sometimes y'all just have to shut the fuck up and listen. Excuse my language. But again, the way we talk to each other, and I don't even want to be on here talking like this, because this is not really a loving tone. But sometimes this is necessary. Because all that loving and nurturing and comforting talk sometimes, that is not in place. Because again, sometimes you need some fire to get things moving. But the way in which we present our fire, we fire at each other. We burning each other down. Instead of burning the system down that created the problems for us in the first place. Because like I said, we were already in union. We were already loving on each other, black men and black women. We were already doing that. We had individuals on the outside of that union who didn't like that shit. They didn't like seeing us in love. They didn't like seeing our black men take care of us as black women. They didn't like the black man taking care of his children. They didn't like the black woman taking care of her black man. They didn't like the black woman taking care of her black children. They didn't like a healthy black family. And they damn for sure didn't like seeing a black family make money and not needing nobody outside of the black family. They damn for sure didn't like that. So what the hell make you think they not gonna come up with a system to destroy that? Why do you keep blaming it on the black woman? Why do you keep blaming it on the black men? You were targeted. Why y'all don't get that through y'all heads? You're so attached to these emotional stories that you tell yourself. Oh, the black woman did this. Oh, the black man did that. You have to go back and see what was done with great intention. Go back and see what was done to understand what is happening today. You can't just look at today and think you're going to get the answer of why things exist the way that they do today without going back. Yeah, you got to go back in history and you got to get the truth of what happened. Not just from books, because all the books ain't telling all the truth. And you got to use common sense as well. Unfortunately, that's not so damn common, because that was programmed as well. Unfortunately. They got ass itch cream.